difficult because then that brings issues to someone who has a regular business like a carpenter or you know what I'm saying, a plumber, and he's a Christian. The most God honoring thing to be would to leave that and to be an evangelist, or you know what I'm saying, and go and proclaim the gospel in all the nations,
Yeah,
like,
but I don't
and
think
have that
so. I
be
think
his job slash ministry.
Yeah, I don't think that though, Gil. I think the most God honoring thing to do, because you got to be called to be an evangelist, okay? So I think the most God honoring thing to do if you have a Christian business, say you are a carpenter, is to be the most ethical, the most wise, the most diligent, the hardest working carpenter you can be, because
Mm,
that's how you honor God in that calling. You feel me?
yeah.
So this is the conversation. That's why I like to start with that moral compass thing with the let's set the table there first, because that kind of gets everything, that gets the fog out of the way. But that does, I will admit, that does make the conversation, it adds more nuance to the conversation. And that's why, I get in trouble with, some of my friends who think you gotta have that rigid, it's all God or nothing.
Mm.
And I get into it with the like what the question you just asked, because it's not a hard. I don't have an answer for it. You feel me? And I'm not trying to.
No, I feel,
I
and I don't want you to answer. I
I'm
just wanted to give you all the aspects that even we
right.
have come up with that maybe or maybe not you've thought of. So just so that way, as you're working through it, like you said, you have as many angles as possible to consider. You know what I mean?
Word
Yeah,
up,
you know
word up.
what? And another aspect of that is like, well, first of all, this is not a bait and switch setup, bro. So don't feel no pressure.
Oh,
This is the stuff that we talk about on the show. So don't feel no pressure in that area.
no, I,
Um,
I like these conversations. I ain't this cool to me. Like
all right, cool, cool,
No.
cool.
these kind of conversations I have all the time. So
Dope, dope. So
it's dope to me.
yeah, we like to have those kind of conversations open, like the open dialogue, so other people can kind of wrestle through these kind of thoughts as well. And it's kind of funny how you said you don't like the politics, but you love the ministry aspect of it, because one of the things that I have here right on the doc that I have that we use to like take our notes to like what we're gonna talk about, whatever. I what I do, or actually I'm not gonna say what I do, but one of the things that I got here is ministry and
Yo,
politics.
the guts keep on
Right, right,
pouring.
right.
So it's funny how thinking of you and like thinking like look at researching you and everything, and it's funny how that was one of the things that I pulled out as a main topic to talk with you about.
Yeah,
Ministry
because
versus the politics.
my music addresses the politics
Mm.
while trying to elevate the ministry part of it. So I can see why that would be on the docket. I mean, because I see it and I rap about it. You know what I mean? So I get it. I get
It's,
it
it's
why
almost
that would
like
be.
it's almost like you're fighting. It's almost like you're like, man, I want this word to get out there, and I want it everywhere. And then you're like, man, I gotta play the politics, and it's like almost
Like
rubbing like elbow to elbow, like you're coming real close to something that you don't want to be a part of. Am I
that's
right in that?
that's how I feel. That's how I feel because on one, like when I came into this joint 2 or 3 years ago, what is it? What I came in, it's 3 or 4 years ago now. Yeah. So when I came into this joint, I just thought it was everybody cool and ministry and boom boom, we all been finna be making songs together and everybody dope. But then when I noticed, like, oh no, there's politics in this joint. Like
Yeah,
you got to be part of certain crowds to get into this
Facts.
joint. But then at the same time, one of the first songs I did, well, the first song I did was heartfelt, and that went straight to Rapzilla. So it put me in a space off rip that I was automatically noticed by, what I'm saying, like the CHH community. So
Mm.
it's like it's weird. Like I'm in this space where people know who I am, and I'm kind of like on all the hip hop site, the CHH sites and everything. But then it's like the CHH like politics and the way they move, I hate it. So then it's like it's almost like I'm always fighting against that. You know what I mean? So the way you explaining it is how I feel about it. It's like I know that I have to be involved in it in some way, shape, or form because I'm already in it. But then it's like I hate how it is. So it's like,
yo. So
and
you know what?
out in my
Off that note, pray for anybody who's who's a correctional officer, believers that are correctional officers,
Facts.
believers that are in like detentions and like in these areas where they're part of a system, just like you explained that they're rubbing shoulder to shoulder with, and they don't agree to the systems that are in place.
Teachers like that, it's politicians like that. You know what I mean? It's because this stuff is becoming more and more obvious that they hate, the Christian world. So it's like, it's pray for anybody that's in these fields where they're being mandated to go against what they believe in. You know what I mean? So with music, I don't want to put what I do on that level. You know what I mean? But it is something to think about. You know what I mean? It is something to think about.
Dope. Listen, if you don't mind, you want to finish your thought?
No. I'm good.
Okay, I was gonna switch over and I was gonna put on one of your songs. I think is this the video, Gil, the Ambassador Bridge?
Yeah.
So do you want to give an introduction about what this is about and like what you were trying to accomplish with the video and the visuals before we play it?
Yeah, well, Ambassador Bridge is shot by my homegirl Ebony. Her vision for it was just me walking, getting to a bridge. You see what I'm saying? And kind of like showing that visual of all of us walking, Christians walking, having that narrow path that we walk. And the thought behind the song is, we are ambassadors for Christ, and God is that bridge Jesus is that bridge between God and man. So it's like a play on words. I'm from Detroit, and the Ambassador Bridge is, that is connects, Detroit to Canada. So it's like just a play on words, a clever way of introducing where I'm from and Detroit, and and then a play on the words with ambassadors and the bridge and all that. And when you listen to the EP, the first song kind of explains that whole idea with the monologue my homegirl Julie gave from the UK. So it makes sense, you know what I'm saying, if you dive into the EP.
Cool, yeah, and we have people that are chiming in too, asking where they can listen to your music, and we'll get into all that before we let you go. So this is Ambassador Bridge. Read, let's go.
Yeah. Y'all thought it was over? It ain't over till the fat lady say, you know what I mean? Yo, I hope this lady ain't fat. Singing this joint though. Yeah. Lord forgive me. Yeah. Christians to seeking for fame, lot of embellishments. You a robber got of his gifts, now that's embezzlement. All this bragging and hot dog is irrelevant. Catch up, little muscle, no time for relishing. I promise you I'm a product of my environment. Those with discernment acknowledge what my assignment is. While y'all ignoring the teachers Jesus provided in. Never proofreading before you turn your assignments in. We have to speak, been in the lab for weeks, praying for the masterpiece so we can make a masterpiece. We are passionate, never passive, won't pass the buck. The masses, bruh, got me feeling like we are the last of us. They laugh at us, poking, taking they jabs at us. Rabid dogs knowing our callous us like we're Lazarus. These judges scandalous, look at the path that Oregon trail. We came a long way from Oregon's trail, yeah. I feel like I play for the Pistons, man. God is daily, I'm trying to play my position, fam. Acquire Vinny, Joe Thomas, Dennis Lamb. Bully like Mahorn, you not knocking me out my pivot stance, man. And I ain't hit you with the triple yet. The Father, Son, and Holy Spirit's the triple threat. That triple sweat, especially off of the dribble step. Curry chef, cooking before you know it, it's in the net. Bet, you try and get some fishes in your net. Give them the gospel, don't disrespect them with intellect. Now I'm not saying intelligence is a disconnect. The gospel is the portion, apologetics is just the steps. You hear him knocking at your door, but he can't come and say what is the opposition for. Why deny the life you tried the opposite before? When it comes to yourself, give him the opposite of more. Yeah, cause he's the opposite of you. And you believe a synonym that's opposite of truth. Time is short, and you don't have the option to ignore it. That's one road, there's not a lot of options to explore. Yeah, heavenly interstate. Is there a bigger place? You can't configure the glance of this transfigured face. The transformation he demonstrates will penetrate the hardest heart of any sinner that sins for grace. You know who the ambassador is. Never try to tamper with ambassadors' kids. Never. Homie, who you battling with? It'd be better if you dared off the ambassador bridge. Oh Lord. You know who the ambassador is. Never try to tamper with ambassadors' kids. Never. Homie, who you battling with? It'd be better if you dared off the ambassador bridge. Yeah. You love the audience, look at your ambiance. You're exposed, homie, you don't got your armor on. Hell is deeper than your entourage. Will you be ready when the angel blow that horn like a car alarm? You think that life's a party like the Mardi Gras. God's warning is a joke to you, hardy hard. You think you tough, but you are hardly hard. Better repent, boy, before it's too late like a tardy card. I got more vices than the car garage. So I need Christ to teach me right from wrong like he's Charles and Charles. This is those murder bars, charted just to honor God. Here return and chart us all like a Charizard. That's a promise, not a false alarm. It is false to think that you can spar the Father with those awful arms. They're too short to do him harm at all. Give him all your flaws and he'll wash them off like he's armor raw. You know who the ambassador is. Never try to tamper with ambassadors' kids. Never. Homie, who you battling with? It'd be better if you dared off the ambassador bridge. Oh Lord. You know who the ambassador is. Never try to tamper with ambassadors' kids. Never. Homie, who you battling with? It'd be better if you dared off the ambassador bridge. Yeah.
Yo, there it is, Ambassador Bridge. Reed, you still with us?
Sir, yes, sir.
Yeah, brother, man. All I see is flames, thumbs up, man. That's what's up, man. So this is off of EP, right?
Yeah.
What was the name of the EP?
Name of the EP is Products of Our Environment. You know what I mean? So.
And where can they cop that?
They can cop it anywhere. It's everywhere. It's on iTunes. It's on Google Play. It's on Tidal. It's on Spotify. I mean, anywhere you can get digital music is on there.
Dope. And we got another song that we wanted to play. Read Between the Lines.
All right.
And is that one off that EP as well, or is that like a separate?
Oh no, that's just a single. I'm doing this like freestyle kind of series where I'm just gonna be dropping random freestyles here and there, just getting things off my chest. So that's just connected to, whenever I feel like dropping something.
That's
you
dope.
know what? And to go off of that, I've been seeing you build up the brand Sky Dreaming.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about Sky Dreaming and what it is?
Well, Sky Dreaming is I got the theme for the brand from Colossians 3. Just, keeping your mind on heavenly things and then letting that kind of dictate how you make all your decisions here on earth. So, you always hear that saying of you can be so heavenly minded that you're no earthly good. So what I do is I flip that on his head and I say you can be no earthly good unless you're heavenly minded. You know what I mean? So that's just the theme of the whole brand, is just to get you. I'm about to start dropping a lot more visuals for that, just to kind of build that brand and build that concept and that theme. A lot more videos, a lot more music that references that kind of thought process. And I'm coming out with some more clothes to actually I got my man DJ 19 is getting some stuff together with some graphics to put on t-shirts. And so I'm just working right now behind the scenes trying to build that whole brand up.
Let me ask you something. Let me jump in here. Now you're brand building right now.
Yeah.
Right.
So what would you say to people who are saying you're boasting in your vision? You're boasting. Like how do you wrestle with that when you're trying, because when you're trying to build a brand, you have to use the social media platforms. You have to try to build awareness around your brand. You're trying to, create content that's valuable to people, but it's also something that's shareable. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so when you go through that process of properly trying to build a brand, like how do you justify anybody who might think it's like boasting in self or whatever, or your own goals, self-centered? Like how do you justify that, or how do you wrestle through that?
Well, the way I think about it is, it's really not a brand that is just representing me, that I'm just trying to, it's a message that's connected to displaying the glory of God. So my brand is wrapped up in trying to get him out. You know what I mean? So it's not just something that I just came up with. It's not just something that I'm trying to just solely get myself out here. It's just the brand means something, and it means something bigger than who I am. You know what I mean? So and you have to be able to use the social media, and you have to know how to market, because at the end of the day, it is entertainment I'm involved in. It is fashion.
Politics.
So I have to play that. I have to do this. You know what I mean? If I want people to recognize the brand. So I would, that's how I work through it. I don't even think about being, arrogant or anything like that, because it's not something it's not something that I feel I'm just coming up with. It's something I'm trying to push out here to get a message out here to war against, you know what I'm saying, all the other messages. Everybody else, you got all these brands making all these weird clothes and glorifying all these weird things. And I know Christians out here, they need clothes, they need music, they want hats too. So I want to be able to provide something that they can put on and feel like they represent who they are as Christians. So it's just not something selfish.
But then what comes with that is costs.
That was the most politically Christian correct answer I ever heard in my life.
I don't know if you can hear Gil, but he said that was the most politically Christian correct answer he ever heard in his life.
I don't know how to answer it. I mean,
that means he got some training or something. Like he got some media training.
He's like, look, man, I'm not trying to get into my bag. I just see a need. I see Christians needing clothing, and I want to clothe them.
That's really how I think about it, man.
I'm serving them, but do you have credit card or cash?
Hold on. That's a good segue into what you just did for the Philippines.
Hold on, listen to me.
Go ahead.
I just did for the Philippines, right?
There you go. Go ahead, talk about it. What did you do for the Philippines for the people that don't know?
Oh, facts.
The Philippines, I got a friend, my man. Shout out to Eleazar. His mother and father, they do mission work in the Philippines. So he shot this idea at me. He said, well, they need medical attention, they need clothes. And he was like, yo, you can take the Sky Dream and we can raise money. We can give them Sky Dreaming t-shirts and give it to the people.
Sky Demons.
Hold on.
And my
go ahead.
Sky Dream t-shirt, we give it to the people, and then you can raise money for it. It only costs $1 to make the shirts. And so I raised money for it, and we ended up raising like 1,000 overall, but like 400 that went towards the shirts. So we made 400 shirts, and they giving them out to the Philippines. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what I want to do with it. It's not just I want people to be fly. It's like
slow that down though. Don't just bypass what you did. Like really break that down for people. Like I seen was it a GoFundMe you put up?
It's Sky Dreaming in the Philippines, a GoFundMe account.
So how did that interaction even happen? Like how did that unfold?
My man Eleazar, I met him out doing street preaching. You know what I'm saying?
Dope.
So he just a cool dude. You know what I mean? So we became friends. And he just got an opportunity with his mother and father that do mission work out in the Philippines. So he just shot the idea at me because he believes in the brand. You know what I'm saying? He believes what we represent, and he my man. It's like I can't even explain no other. That's my friend. So it was just an opportunity that I think God opened up just from us being diligent and, obedient to just even going out there and street preaching. You know what I'm saying? So just opportunities that God just opened up for me to kind of shoot that down there in the Philippines. And and it's going on down there. I mean, the Sky Dreaming GoFundMe account is still up. I'll still be taking donations, but all those donations went straight there. Like, I didn't touch none of them, but other than to pull them out my account and then give them to him so he can, shoot them to his people. But I mean, that's just the aspect of what I'm trying to do with it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to serve.
You ever think like, if you were to, like, let's say, dominate in the entertainment realm, like if you were just like, you know what, I'm gonna glorify God and just kill the mic, and I'm just gonna make really fire music, and I'm just gonna dominate, and I'm gonna go everywhere, and I'm gonna, whoever I touch elbows with, I'm gonna share the gospel, be faithful where I can, but I'm gonna fire that stage. I'm gonna blow up that stage.
That's what he was saying. He's not
Wait,
sure.
hold on. No, because listen, let me unfold this.
Okay.
Let me unfold this. And listen, hold on. Let me unfold it. And then you get to a point, bro, where you're like, that money is coming in. You know what I mean? And you have now maybe more network opportunities, maybe more connection. Because just like you said, you had a relationship with somebody that gave you an opportunity. What if there was other ways that you had a relationship with somebody that can introduce you to something you had no idea about? So, like, for an example, like, you know how they say the rich play with the money so that way they don't have to pay taxes? They know the insides and all the legal tricks and all this stuff that you need to be able to come,
rub elbows
with somebody who knows the inside in order to get the education.
I'm actually learning that stuff. I mean, like, I'm actually learning it. I'm learning finances. I'm learning how to.
So like, as you ever think, like, you know what, with money, and I'm not saying we should, I'm just throwing this out there. If I execute my talents and abilities and everything well, to the best of my ability, and I learn the systems that could actually build me some kind of revenue and profit, can I now hire people? Can I now give somebody a job now? So the more that the revenue comes in, the more you can offer other opportunities. Go ahead, brother.
Look, I think even just learning about finances in this stage of my life.
This is a dope convo, by the way. So I'm enjoying every moment of this. Go ahead, bro.
The way I look at money now is not that I wanted to somehow build some kind of cash mountain that I can just sleep. I'm really trying to build money now to do ministry, to give back, to hire people who may need jobs, because people look at money like it's evil when it ain't the money that's evil in and of itself. It's the love of it. That means the hoarding of it, the
trying to build up treasures on earth for yourself.
Right. Yeah. And anybody, any wealthy person that's a Christian, if you study any of their writings, they get the money, they do stuff, and they give it back. And it's just, it is what it is. That's what you do. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm trying to, build my brand, make some money, so I can be able to give to causes that are Christian, because that's what we're supposed to do as Christians. We're supposed to have giving hearts. So I mean, it is what it is. Like, I don't even, see a problem with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I mean, I hear what you're saying, man. And it's like, I see what the purpose is with it. I see what you're trying to do with it, and your compassion for it. But there's another brand that sticks out that makes me, kind of second guess everything you're doing. And it's the I Can't Trust You brand.
See,
that's
you know what I'm saying? I can't trust you.
That just came out of the man. Listen, I was reading. It's crazy how this stuff come up to my. I was reading Jeremiah. I was reading John. Somebody actually shot the Jeremiah verse to me when they see me putting them up. I was reading John chapter, I think it's 2, and Jesus is, and Jesus is saying, I mean, he's talking. John is explaining what Jesus thought about the throngs of people that was coming to him. And the Bible says that he didn't, entrust himself to men because he knew the hearts of men. And what was happening was men were coming to Jesus and people were flocking to him because of what he could do, the miracles he was doing, not because of who he was. Because as soon as he started talking about who he was, as soon as he started saying real hard stuff like, drink my blood and eat my flesh, people got to walking away from him. As soon as he started saying, I am, then people got to wanting to kill him. You know what I mean? So it was he didn't give himself, or he didn't entrust men. He didn't entrust himself all the way to men. So I'm like, yo, that's a dope concept. So I just was being funny with it. Like, yo, if you do this, I can't remember the first one I put up. It was something. And I put like 2 or 3 of them up, and then people started liking it. Like, so it grew from there. And I seen people like this, so I just kept doing them and doing them and doing them and doing them. Then my homegirl Natasha heard about it, and she invited me out to do one on stage. And
what's crazy, not to bypass that part, because it's true, like what you said about Christ and how, you know what I mean, they looked at him like he was kind of crazy. I don't want to bypass that, because if you really think about it, if he existed today, we probably think he was crazy too.
Oh, listen.
Like, a lot of Christians read the Bible and they're like, oh my goodness, I can't believe how they treated Jesus Christ. I would not have done that. I would have embraced him.
We was living in that day, it would only be by the grace of God that we would have believed it.
Facts.
For real, only by the grace. This dude said, "You're about to drink my blood and eat my flesh." I would have been like, bruh.
Yeah, and you know what? We take God's grace for granted because we look at that and we're like, come on, you don't get it? Like, what's wrong with y'all?
Y'all crazy.
Esco, I was reading Romans 2 this morning, and I put up a post about this because it really tugged on my heart this morning. He talks about how man judges man, and because he's condemning all men, and then Paul says about God's kindness. Do you not know that God's kindness is to lead you to repentance? And it's like, God is not just being gracious just because he is being great. No, his grace should lead us to repentance. We should become more like him as we bask in the knowledge of his grace, his mercy, his kindness. That should lead us to want to be in more of an intimate relationship with him and be more holy. You know what I mean? So it just, like this morning, I was like, yo, this joint didn't blew my man. Dude. I closed the Bible up and just thought about that.
Carefully. He put it down real carefully. Like,
I don't even need to read this no more. Like, I was hey, dog. I was set. I just sat back and thought about that and rehearsed that truth that God revealed to me over and over in my mind today, like, and just pondered it, like, because I think that's that I think a lot of people, we take advantage of that. We think, oh, God is gracious, so we gonna go out and sin more, and then we gonna teach other people to sin. Like, nah, it's supposed to lead you to repentance. It's supposed to lead you to a place where you actually realize how unworthy you are. Like, so it's, it's crazy.
Amen, bro. Hey, listen, real quick. Before we go further, it's weird because I got an MC challenging you in the news feed right now.
What?
It says,
I didn't see that.
Yeah. Are you familiar with the Kid Jop?
Yes, I am. That's my guy.
He writes, "My letter to Douglas Rogers," in quotes, "coming soon."
With the laughing face.
I don't know what that is. That an inside or something? Like, what's going on?
No,
this dude must be like sitting down. Like, that's wild. He's wild for that.
Wrote the letter to Craig. That's what he got his man, dog. He wrote the letter to Lecrae.
Oh my goodness! I completely forgot about that. My letter to
Ricky Joppy. What up, Ricky? I don't know if you're still in here, but what's up, brother? You know it's all love, bro. So listen, we're gonna jump into the next track here. It's called "Read Between the Lines." Anything you wanna give the listeners? Any insight you wanna give the listeners about the song?
No, it's just me, just talking about how I think about stuff, and it's just a freestyle, just what I was feeling, and I just wrote it down, and I hope people like it.
Cool. Let's jump into it. Read between the lines. Here we go.
Yeah. Turn me down, son. Yeah. Turn the beat up a bit. Yeah. It's just my thoughts, man. Yeah. Just my thoughts, man. Yeah. I like the way this feel hooks. Yeah. What up, Throne? Let me talk right quick. Yeah. We gon' groove. Yeah, scared dreaming. Listen. First name read, last name verses. Don't forget to read between the lines in these verses. Don't forget to see beyond the lies in they verses. They're all liars, that's on purpose. That's on everything, with straight faces. Devils, but they greet you on the first name basis. Cover all bases, stay away from fakeness. Watch what they say, never listen to a snake hiss. Word to the wise, look the wise, know they fools. But the wise never listen to the lies of the fool. Keep your eyes on the prize and your eyes in this word. Man on your biz, never ride with the herd. Pray without ceasing, never stop seeking. Gotta get you right if you diligently seek him. Heavenly rewards, I ain't talking about bread, but good as heaven at if you lost in the head. Why gain the world when you're losing your soul? Why trust in yourself when you're losing control? Sky dreaming is the movement, we'll keep improving. In the tri-unity, we'll keep it moving. Listen, if you ain't a sky dreamer, keep it moving. The mission is to give you God's meaning through the music. A lot of y'all use it, music's confusing. I can't tell if your dudes are true or a Judas. Lying in the Judah is proving the truest, but you dudes scared to say his name in your music. Y'all all foolish, logic all stupid. The world gon' like it if it's hot, then they grooving. Waiting on the Lord to gain strength with his people. Mount up on the wings like Wentz and the Eagles. Foes in the pocket, hurts in the seam room. Boy, gotta rock it, Harden with the swing through. Never made a king drop with rocks in a slingshot. You tripping if you thinking God won't help me make the sting pop. Doubt God, think not. Yoked up, think nots. Lot of these dudes more chicken than the wing stop. That's a wing spot, fried like a mean perm. Most of these cats ears itchy as a wingworm. What a mean bird, the whole team strong. Bunch of gorillas going apes, no King Kong or Caesar. All seasons, all of us believers, making y'all believers. Who do you believe in? Jesus is the kingpin. Sing game colder than the toes on the penguin. His name Boda, he's upholding the winkling. All out, I put my heart and soul in this ink pen. Or no tap, this is hope rap. Flows by the boatloads, foes in the choco. Voting is a no-go, hope is in my logo. So ahead of y'all, I wrote my quotes out in slow-mo. Whoa, for those who are slow though, cause y'all sleeping on me, bro, you need to know those. Rolling like a photo, Volvo, solo, dolo. You know I gotta pose for the promo. And that's photo shots for photo ops, no Photoshop. We show go rock, the show don't stop for no monkey. Keep it 100, my baby, the flow funky. Ever since Jesus appeared, it got spunky. Got rid of all of my fears that tried to buck me, and now I feel lovely. He is the light that enlightens a man, and I am just a man with this mic in my hand. I ain't trying to show y'all how mighty I am. I'm just trying to point y'all to the mighty I am, who died on the cross for the soul of your man. They nailed my sin to it through the holes in his hand. Then he appeared to his friends just to show he's alive. Thomas stuck his whole hand through the holes in his side. My God and my Savior, and you know that he cried. When I read that, you know that I cried. Look, I know he's alive. Peter saw him on the shore of that beach, and I imagine sand in the holes in his feet. And then I understand that them holes is for me. Yeah. And then I understand that them hoes is for me. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, what's going on, everybody? That was Reed with Read Between the Lines.
Oh, is this late night television?
Reed is dying. How long have you been cracking up, bro?
Yo, you was dying to hold him. I know you was.
Okay, what was the question you wanted to do, girl?
Yo, I'm saying, like, yo, this dude is so prideful. I'm going to pray for him tonight. This dude
God.
starts the track with, this is gross.
Man,
This rap is about to be so disgusting. Kill the mic.
Nah, it's fire, bro.
Yeah,
Nah, but for real, that was fire, though.
I say funny when I'm, for some reason I don't say when I'm about to start rapping, it come out weird. So it's like people
Reed,
like,
stop.
what you mean?
Stop.
People,
No, that was
what is
fire.
Don't
that?
do it. It's fire. Every time I hear it, it's your signature. I'm like, oh, there he go.
That's one
Here
of them.
come Reed.
Yo, that's one of them sounds. That's one of them like intro sounds that rappers make that eventually becomes like iconic for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the Jay-Z, It's your boy. You know what I'm saying? Like those iconic sounds. Like someday, like years later, people gonna be like, "Yo, y'all remember Reed when he was like, yeah, it's gross."
It's fire, bro. It's fire. I don't know how you felt about my little DMX ad libs, but it's fire.
Yo,
Bro.
I don't know, man. I don't know about them ad libs, son. Them joints was all over the place. It was all over the place. Esco, man. That man was barking in the background and everything, dog.
Yo, I'm gonna buy Yo, legit. I'm about to buy a I Can't Trust You shirt just based off this segment.
That man was barking.
Throw us the I Can't Trust. Yo, matter of fact, I Can't Trust You shirt. Leave the let them know where they can get your stuff, bro.
For real.
Your music, your merch.
I'm in the process of right now. I'm putting the website together, so it's not up and running yet. So all you gotta do, if you want one, just hit me up, and then I order it for you, and then I get it to you.
Hit you up where?
Just inbox me. You know what I'm saying? Just inbox me, shoot me a message, say something on my page. You know what I mean?
Are you saying inbox you at your music page or your how they gonna get there?
You get to me on my Instagram, which is Reed B Versus Music. You can get to me on Twitter. That's Reed B Versus as well. You can get to me on Facebook. That's Douglas Rogers. And then you got the I Can't Trust You page. Go like the I Can't Trust You page. I interact on there. I share stupid stuff on there. You can order the shirts there. Just anywhere you can get in contact with me at. The Douglas Rogers page is probably where you probably want to reach out to me the most. You know what I mean? So just follow me there. Friend request me.
Yo, Reed, I'm still waiting for my I Can't Trust You ugly sweater. Not lying, bro.
Listen, the Christmas joint, I almost brung it out. I almost brung the Christmas joint out this year.
Yo, I'm telling you right now, bro. You come out with that joint, I'm buying it because I'm gonna be the only dude at the ugly sweater party looking lit, letting everybody know I ain't trusting a soul up in here. This polyester wool, I don't know what y'all wearing, but my joint is trustworthy.
Word. I read, hey man, it's a blessing rocking with you. Anytime, dude, you want to come on, you let me know, and I'll share the links as well in the description, my dude.
I gotta come back. This was a great interview, man. Y'all boys live. It was fun, man. Thanks for having me on. God bless everybody.
All right, my brother.
Appreciate you, bro.
Love you, bro. We'll kick it. We'll kick it soon, man. I'll hit you up soon.
You know it.
All right, my dude. Take care,
man.
There you go. That was Reed B Versus Douglas Rogers. That's my dude,
AKA
man. I love that guy.
Ambassador Bridge creator.
That's my dude. Look at these guys.
He's still laughing.
Skype up. Dying laughing, man. That's my brother, man. I love that dude. That's what's up. That's our first time using Skype, so that's why you seen us sharing this single mic. So I apologize about that.
Yeah, we figuring it out. That's how you know we live.
Yeah, we should have. We were trying to run a test previously, but things kind of were getting tight. And look, he still say, "That's what's up."
Fuego.
Hey, I love you, bro. I don't know. Are you still listening to us? Are you still? Nah, I swore I hung up.
He probably left.
Is this dude still on? He's like, dude, I ain't going nowhere.
He left us straight there. Like, you
yo,
know what?
I'm staying on.
We're gonna put you on hold. He's hearing elevator music right now.
That's my dude. So yeah, so those that are just jumping in, we were just interviewing and chopping it up with Mr. Reed B Versus Douglas Rogers. We shared two of his songs. One of them was a music video, Ambassador Bridge. You can check that out and read between the lines. And I'm gonna and I'm gonna also upload in the description for the podcasters and everybody else the links to all his pages and stuff like that, so you can check him. Really, really fire artist, man. And he's independent too, I believe, trying to run his own thing, the Sky Dreaming brand.
And I gotta say, that's mad impressive with the whole Philippines thing and getting them all the shirts out there. I know he said he had the connect, but still, you know, getting the page together, the GoFundMe, and actually getting the funds and sending it out there, like that was really dope. You know, not a lot of press on people doing stuff like this, you know what I mean? So it's dope that we were able to give him the platform.
You know what was really cool is seeing him like in his caution phase right now, because he's a talented brother. And I can tell that he really wants to have an impact with his brand.
Yeah.
So I can tell like his heart is like torn when we're talking about ministry and politics, because he understands that there's systems that he needs to be using and ways that he needs to build the brand, but he's still like, you know, wrestling with how to maneuver within that. And that's exactly what
that's what the show's about.
We do on this show right here.
We don't got the answers, you know what I mean? But we want to bring these questions up, bring, you know, these things that we see wrong, and kind of just discuss through them and have everybody's opinion come through. That's why we love this live.
And you hear us kind of like saying the same thing again and again, because it is the purpose. It's going to be, you know, it's going to be a long-term thing, because for as long as there's, you know, Christian hip hop or Christians in hip hop, or however you want to say, or Christians in entertainment, or whatever you want to call it, I mean, it's always going to be something to wrestle through.
Facts.
You know, just because you don't want to compromise your faith, you don't. And you know what? Anybody who's listening that's not a Christian, because we do have a lot of, you know, different people that listen to the show. It's not to say that, you know, that there's a taboo in these systems or these, you know, industries, even though overall there kind of is, you know what I mean? Like overall, it's just to say that there's a certain way that you got to conduct yourself as a person, as a Christian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're doing everything to glorify God.
Facts.
You know, so you don't want to just do whatever you want to do, because you don't want to offend.
And this is based on knowledge. Like, we're doing things that we've read in the Bible, and this is how we honor God. The decisions that we make reflect what we've learned,
trying to wrestle through like those systems. Like some people, because okay, for example, somebody said, and now this is off the cuff, we're just talking. Somebody said,
"Oh, thank you for announcing."
Oh no, it was Phil. I say it, Phil. Phil's my dude. And this is public. Like, this is what he put out there. He put it out in the video, and he said something like business. Something around the line. Go look it up. But something around the lines where
do your homework.
If a business builds a monopoly, they succeeded at the business aspect of it. They did a good job
in the business world. That is awesome.
Yeah, so that's like praised, right? You built a monopoly, you monopolized this industry, and that's praised. Like, wow, that's saluted. That's, you know. So
any entrepreneur will say, if you can create a need that you can only fulfill, that is the most impressive entrepreneur in the world.
He succeeded.
If you can corner the market,
But here's the thing: is that good for the Christian to do? Like, we monopolize. So the aim is like, I'm gonna lock down this whole.
I would say depend on the motive, because let's say the Christian does it so well.
Can I
he's the only one that can provide it. That's not the Christian's fault.
Remember that thought, because I didn't hear it. Remember that thought, because I want to clarify. No, because I do want to hear it, but I want to clarify something.
It still doesn't make his sting any less,
because I'm gonna forget
everything you just said right now.
Clarification.
Forget it.
I'm gonna forget to clarify what I'm trying to say, and everyone's gonna take what I just said and run with it and create some other stuff.
But we're still gonna revisit what you just said to me, because that was really messed up.
All right, cool. But let me just get this thought out.
Go ahead, get it out.
All right. I'm not saying that Rapzilla, their intention was to monopolize, because the argument that I'm seeing now is there's no competition.
Facts.
So is it Rapzilla's fault that there's no competition? Like,
it's not.
That's the argument I'm seeing. Like, what are they going to do? There's no competition. They just,
it's true.
They make good business moves and they're killing it. And they monopolized it, and not saying that they, unless they were, I don't know. That's what I'm talking about. Like, is that a Christian thing to do? Like, we're going to take over an industry.
Now I want to revisit what you said to me.
Cool.
You let me say everything I was going to say, and you say, I want you to repeat this because I already forgot what you just said. I didn't hear it.
Go ahead. Now I'm listening. But I at least clarified, right? I'm not trying to put the motive behind what they did and assume anything.
Got you.
Boom.
So what I was saying is, in that scenario,
politically correct.
It is kind of true. They didn't really have someone to compete with. So if you are the only one providing this product, then you can't say they monopolized this. Nobody can say that unless they had like 14 different companies and they were all doing Christian hip hop, all record label or all press, but yet one of them shined, and then that one that shined didn't allow the other ones to grow. That's a monopoly. You know,
Okay.
they just straight said you can't have it. Not only am I not gonna allow it, but you can't even have it.
Oh,
only I'm
okay.
gonna provide it.
So the sole intention is to shut everyone down within that industry and be the sole provider.
Yeah, that's successful
an
monopoly.
actual monopoly.
Yeah, that's a successful monopoly.
So then, in that case, if that's the definition of it, Rapzilla didn't really shut anybody down. They're just buying people out.
Yeah, exactly.
And expanding.
Oh, now on to our next topic.
Word. Let's go there.
Rapzilla.
Let's go there. Where is it? There it is. So, for those that missed the news, Rapzilla buys new H2O, and they say they said that the idea is to address all the concerns that they've been hearing. Now, go check it out at rapzilla.com. You can check out the article for yourself. You know, we're just chopping it up. So they said something around the lines where they're trying to utilize new H2O as a brand to build up and coming and independent artists, because Rapzilla is at a point right now where they can't really filter through all the up and coming and new artists and serve the ones that are
mainstream
at the same time, you know. So they kind of have those. So they heard everybody's argument. I think, you know, I think they heard everybody, you know, everyone's complaints and arguments and whatever concerns, whatever. Yeah. And they made the
I'm not
shift.
mad at it.
Actually, they actually said it's because of the concerns that they heard.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. You know what I mean? That was our biggest concern when we first started the show. It was the fact that they seemed to have a lot of partiality.
Hold on. Now, just to clarify again, you know, this is just us reporting an update on something that happened.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
What are you thinking? No,
I'm just saying this is us as, you know, I'm just watching. You know, I'm just watching. That's all. You know, so I'm watching. I see, okay, Rapzilla did this move. Cool. That addresses that area of concern. So
Facts.
That I can salute. That I could be like, yo, that's what's up. They addressed a concern.
So now any upcoming indie artist that is trying to do their thing, it's almost like minor leagues and then you go to major leagues. It's kind of how they did it, which is dope.
Hold on. Let me see what Josh wrote.
You know?
Well, some monopolies are bad for capitalism, and there are illegal types in the U.S. because they create unfair advantages. Ooh. Do you see what comes with it, though? That term? I love it. But I think the point was that if you succeed at creating a great product, it is good and successful.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is a matter of intent, because if you can create a dope product that only you can provide because you're dope at it, then you not monopolizing. You're just really good at what you do, and nobody else wants to get it from anywhere else. They'd rather get it from you.
Right. He says, smart move. They did it because someone else would. Oh, okay. Yeah. So they saw the potential in the new H2O platform. On their part, they are also planning ahead to beat out the competition. Facts. Now, for those that don't know, Josh McDonald is not just some random person. He's a really close friend of mine and brother of mine, and he is definitely very knowledgeable about business and entrepreneurship. Very, very smart guy. And does a lot of studying, so he knows what he's talking about. So I like that, because he's saying it's a good move. So there's wisdom here. Right? Yeah. But then there's ways to practice it that can lean toward things that are not godly. When you're trying to like shut down, you know, like you said, when you're just trying to straight take over and just shut down people. Yeah. In
like you're not allowing
or the advantage part,
the commerce, I guess, for lack of a better word,
again, not saying, not talking about
because
Rapzilla doing that. We're talking about Monopoly. That has nothing to do.
Yeah.
I just thought of Rapzilla because they just bought new H2O, and it just was fresh in my mind, and I was like, oh, this is a good transition here. And Phil mentioned Monopoly when he was talking about Rapzilla, and everybody complaining, and now people recognizing that there is a monopoly, and it's not their fault, and they're trying to address the concerns, and other people need to step up.
Unless someone comes out and says, hey, I tried to start a company and Rapzilla didn't let it happen. Until then, we can't say technically that they're a monopoly.
Check it out.
They're the only ones.
Check it out. Check it out. Can I say something? I think there is a oversaturation of hip hop artists because I think not everybody is actually doing it because there's a gift or talent and a desire to really exercise art. I think a lot of them.
Dang, I felt like that came out of your soul.
Hold up. Yeah, because I need to unfold this. I need to unfold this because now I'm thinking now. This ain't deep diving. I'm not. I know. I'm just going off the top.
When you close your eyes,
listen, because I gotta get this thought out, dude. At this point, like, it don't matter at this point. But so what I think is it's flooded with people that want the limelight. It's flooded with people that want to be seen and praised, and they want to be on that stage. Maybe they're not gifted to be on that stage, but they want to be on that stage. The most deadliest ones are the ones that are gifted, super talented, but then the aim is not right. The motive is not right. They know they're gifted and talented. They flex it with all pride and take all, praise. You know what I mean? Like, and just without any kind of humility. Like, that's the worst situation is when when you're dope at it and then you're just trapped, and then you slip up. Because everyone has their weakness. I'm talking about real Christians. I'm not talking about an unbeliever. I'm talking about real Christian that has a dope talent and ability. Maybe they're young in the faith. Maybe they, they're still learning and stuff. But they,
But this is something that Christians should be, talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's Christians out there that struggle with pride. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't perfect.
Okay, everybody
struggles with pride. You know what I'm saying?
Every artist does to some kind of
about.
extent. They have to check themselves.
There's rappers out there that be like, yo, I'm nicer than everybody out there. And I know if you're a rapper and you're listening to this, you probably like, dang, I know.
Well, not just that. Not just ability and talent and all that, but what about the people that expect the handouts? What about the people that are like, yo, you didn't see my talent and my abilities. What's wrong with you? You didn't see how dope I was? I just killed that. What's up? And
they got one track out.
All the things that, we have to wrestle with as creatives, as people that do have a platform to share your abilities. That's what an artist is. You know what I mean? Like,
even the vulnerable ones, the ones that don't think they're nice, but they actually fire. You know what I mean? Like, this new H2O will now be a platform for them to put their stuff out there and be heard by a lot of people, because new H2O had a lot of people, and now with Rapzilla pushing them and having that stamp of, social proof, I think it's only going to make that platform that much more bigger.
Let me get this out. Let me get
worded
sorry,
correctly.
Guys.
That's horrible English. That much more bigger.
That
much horrible.
At least you caught it while we were live. That's
please. I hope a company ain't taking a look at us. That's not the size
I wanted. Can you please give me that much more bigger sandwich,
please?
And do you have smaller fries?
You know what? I am.
Thank you.
We should come out with a restaurant like that.
I'm gonna have the average size, middle between large and small cup.
You're a jerk.
Can we have that?
Wait, it's better than the Starbucks names saying grande and it's small.
Yo, I'm out of focus. I think that's gonna bother.
I'm sorry,
me.
but in Spanish, grande means big.
That's true. That's true.
So,
oh no, maybe it's not Spanish. Maybe it's something else.
I think it is another language. I forgot what it was.
So Gil, we're kind of this is like smooth. Yeah. Every time we go off the cuff, this is so dope. So separation of church and hip hop.
That's because you always in your head.
Separation of church and hip hop.
Separation.
Preparation
H.
I did a post.
Separation of church and hip hop.
Separation of church and hip hop.
Yeah, that thing exploded.
Everybody got mad. Some people say, yeah, and they totally missed my point, and they were like, that's of the devil.
Yo, some people question your salvation.
Some people were like, yeah, I don't know. Everybody had like a different...
People were like, yo, I was about to unfriend you.
Yeah.
It went nuts. It was
Everybody had a different point of view of that. And basically it comes down to what we just talked about with ministry and politics, like what Reed was just talking about. When I said that, it's because there are different, I don't mean separation of church and hip hop to say, get the church completely out of the hip hop world with these Christian rappers and
of course that's the first thing people thought.
Right. Well, I know it was,
Mario with his controversial posts.
But I want people to think. I want what do you mean? Why jump to assumptions? Like let's think things through and really.
Mario loves to make these outlandish claims, and then it likes to watch and then dress them like a couple days later.
No.
Or in this case, 2 weeks later.
2 weeks later.
I'm like,
and it's still on fire.
Water is of the devil.
That thing
People
is
are like,
still on
what?
fire?
No, stop.
Yo, so what I meant by separate church from hip hop was not, if you're a Christian rapper, it's not walk away from the church and walk away from everything biblical. That's not what I mean. What I mean is the actual business strategies and services, abilities, whatever you want to, all these principles and, whatever, is to utilize them the way that they're meant to be used.
Facts.
That's what I meant. I didn't mean nothing like, so in other words, are you going to have your pastor be your okay, my pastor's responsibility at my church is to be my tour manager. He's to be my personal manager. He's to be my is my A&R. Is he supposed to be directly involved with you as a rapper or an artist? Like,
I think he's in charge of your soul, just like
you as
any
a
other
person,
sheep,
right?
Yeah,
so it's not like he watches
over
over your entire. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people put a lot of responsibility on the church when it comes specifically to Christian hip hop or Christians within hip hop. Christians,
I would
rap.
say musicians. Period.
Musicians. Period.
Yeah.
Right. And they almost like say, it's like too married. The idea is too close to the church, where it's like, no, there's actual strategies and things, people that are qualified for certain positions that know more about the actual music business that's going to be able to make wiser decisions, avoid these decisions and guide the artist through because they're professional. I want to
put that question out there for those in the comments, and all the, other people listening. Do you guys feel that the church should be directly involved with an artist, like, you know what I mean, like directing his path as an artist? Or do you believe that, like Marrio said, that there's people out there with more qualifying attributes, like, I don't know, someone who actually has been in touring, someone who knows how to manage an artist and things of that nature to help the artist grow? What do you guys think as Marrio works through this? But I wanted to put that out there. We want you guys' feedback too.
Okay. Yeah. So, so that's what I mean when I say separate church from hip hop, because I think people just kind of blur the lines way too much when it comes to rap.
They have to be involved,
or not even rap. I don't know. All I know is the rap side of it, I don't have these personal issues with me at my church at all, but I see it like being in the genre, you see a lot of this stuff. The arguments on social media, the misunderstanding, it's this, it's that, all these people embracing a title that they don't even agree upon one type of definition. Like, how do you do that?
No.
How do you?
That's why I said I think things.
That's why it's a mess, and there should be more people involved to try to help pick up the mess. So that's that's what I mean by separate church and hip hop. Just like you said, it's the pastor's mission to focus on the souls of the church, the congregation, right? His sole purpose is to preach the word, proclaim the truth, feed them, build them up, you correct them, rebuke them if necessary. Like, this is all. It has nothing to do with each individual's profession.
I think though, where the line is being blurred is because since the pastor's job is to equip you and build you up, then it kind of does touch upon how you move in these areas. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're a Christian and you're learning how to move in business and your endeavors or whatever as an artist, the influence that the pastor has on you through his teachings, through the word of God, is going to affect how you make decisions and how you move. And I think that's what people mistake. They're like, well, because he is your guide, he is the person guiding you through the scriptures, then he should have some sort of quote unquote control on your journey. And it's not that extent.
Yeah,
he doesn't actually dictate your moves.
No,
it's based on the scriptures that he's
feeding
teaching.
The most important part.
Exactly. You should be able to make these decisions.
And then you practice those things outside of that. Here's what Josh says. Josh says, if the ministry is a church ministry, then sure. But if this is your business and you're running it, it should be treated as any other members of the church who owns a business or works at a job.
Facts.
Meaning their shepherd duty to you as sheep. right? What would this look like in hip hop? Well, if the pastors notice your lyrics are heretical, they should talk to you. If they are out there representing and living wrong, okay, if they're out there representing and living wrong, and they should talk to you, and advise and mentor, but this is expected for any person that is a member of the church. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's just when you notice the walking outside of the, out of the lines, the biblical lines, like you're not living up to, what the word says, you know what I mean? You're not, and you're slipping up, and then that's when they intervene. And I think that's a fact. That's as far as they go to intervene.
There are rare cases too, because I don't want to just say there's no exceptions to the rule. There may be pastors out there that used to be rappers, and then they retired, and now they're your pastor, and they could give you a hand, and might even, if they have the time, because honestly, I don't see a pastor having time to do anything related to an artist because it's so involved. But if the pastor happens to be
it is involved,
that's what I'm saying. If the pastor
is.
happens to be experienced in that area, he wants to help you out, hey, by all means,
right, case by case, but ultimately it's not the pastor's job.
Exactly, it's not that it's his job
to manage you, to like hold your hand through the whole entire process. That is not the church's.
That's what I mean.
mean.
A few of them that's become pastors that were rappers,
right,
that have toured, that have done a lot of things.
That's not to me. That's what I mean by separating church from hip hop. Like we gotta get. You know what I would like?
What's that?
I would like CHH to just be maybe I don't know. I'll throw it out there. Whatever. I want CHH to be non-existent.
Explain.
I want us to infiltrate a little bit further.
But why?
Like in the business side, like just hip hop. Like you're a Christian and you do hip hop and you rap and you express yourself. You know what I mean? Like I'm not talking watered down. I'm not talking, get further by compromising. I'm talking just being an artist and you just pour out your heart in different ways, bro. Like, you want to get your licensing on this, this movie or whatever, you know what I mean? And it's about boxing and it's this dude and he's boxing this guy and it's, this whole encouraging story about this kid who came from the hood and he found, his thing with boxing and he, conquered whatever, really inspirational story.
Yeah.
Why not? The producer hits me up. Yo, you rap dope. I love the way you sound. Your style will be perfect for this movie. Mm-hmm. Can I license your music? Can you do a track for my movie about this boxing fighter? Of course, go through this. Go through the necessary steps to ensure that it's nothing crazy. Of course, if the opportunity comes straight to you like that, of course, you take those steps. And it's just an inspirational fighter story, cool. And you don't rap about Christ, you're rapping about the dude who came up from the projects and found his victory in this. Like, I don't see nothing wrong with that. That's what I'm talking. Like, just be an artist. With it.
I agree.
Just be an artist and not cross. Go ahead. Bro.
No, I was gonna say
I'll keep going.
I 100% agree. I think
Christian Rocky.
Oh, Josh, I own the rights.
Christian Rocky. Josh, I love you, bro.
No, but seriously, I think that as Christians, we should be able to have the freedom to be Christians in any aspect. And that involves music, that involves any trade. I believe that you should be able to be in these spaces and not have to explicitly be a ministry. If you want to be a singer and you want to, use your voice to sing the Lion King song and they casted you and that's amazing.
You know what would be messed up is that people will be, some people will be like, I can't believe she did that secular song for that secular cartoon that has nothing to do with Christ. And yet right when it comes out, they're bringing their kids, they're bringing their nieces and nephews, and they're going to go pay money to go sit down in the theater and pay the popcorn and the soda and sit down and watch the movie. But they'll stone the person who sings something on it.
Clearly, I'm a fan of Lion King.
Sorry. Just my pet peeves.
Hakuna Matata.
My little pet peeves as I go through this thing and try to understand it and wrestle with everything. Just my little pet peeves.
No, but I feel you, man.
You know what? Why don't you sing the Lion King right now, just one time?
Which one? There's so many. I'm sorry if you,
No, come on,
if
come
you
on,
listen
come on,
to
come on,
this
keep
and you
going.
actually know the language.
Come on.
And I didn't say the words right. I apologize.
You know what's crazy is that you're actually singing the words right. They're like, wow, oh my goodness, I didn't know he was what?
It's Africa, man.
Okay, yeah.
It's people from Africa.
All right, go ahead.
Nah, I'm good. But you know what I mean? That's one of them. You know what I'm
Come
saying?
on, man, don't say face.
Hey, Hakuna Matata.
No.
What a wonderful phrase.
No, what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? Yeah, what are you trying to say?
Hakuna Matata?
Yeah.
It means no worries.
Yeah, and who was that? Oh, you're wearing the shirt.
Dog.
Yo, you're wearing the shirt.
Where were you? Where were you when I said clearly I'm a fan? And I even did the superhero sound and everything. It's Hakuna Matata, man.
This dude is wearing the shirt.
Yeah.
Yo.
Facts.
Yo,
This is the best show on the planet.
I didn't
Sorry.
plan that. That's not in the doc. That was not.
It wasn't.
That was not. That was not scripted. I swear, man. Wow, dude. Okay.
I'm just saying.
All right. Cool.
That's how we roll.
So who are these characters?
Oh,
is that Shane in
I
the
got you.
back? Is Shane? Is
This
Shane the lion?
Shane. You are so foul.
Is that
So
Shane
it's
in the
Shane, Mario, and me.
Oh wow.
Hey, you asked. You asked.
So who's that? Who am I?
You Pumbaa.
Oh, okay, thank
Pumbaa.
you. Yeah, thank you.
And you know what I'm saying? The thing is that every time when he farts, he goes, "I'm sorry," and you kind of just did it right now. You were
Dude,
like,
it kind of even though their postures are like us.
I'm saying.
Shane is like, guys, behave now.
This
Yo, Shane is behind us. Like, gentlemen, behave now.
This is a behind the scenes.
I have the Bible with me. Look at this.
Yo,
I love what we do.
This is what we do.
I love what we do. All right.
Let go and let God. That's not what Hakuna Matata means.
Shoot.
But yeah,
Whew. Man.
I think creatives should be able to express themselves regardless. That is what it is. You know what I mean? I think that, I think
there
that's
you go.
what it is.
Way to solve
They should be
all
able.
the issues.
They should be able to express
It is
themselves
all over.
no matter
Thank you,
how they
guys.
want to.
And I no longer have my doc up.
Oh, I
and
got you, bro.
We just rocking
I got you,
right
bro,
now.
sis.
We didn't even go through our verses, bro.
Oh, you want to go through them
I'm
now?
kind of.
That's because
I'm a little upset about
that's
that.
because we had the special guest.
And I
We
didn't
had
record
Reed
on time too.
right away. What?
Nothing
You didn't hit record,
on time.
Mario?
I hit it like right. Like
It's a good thing I'm
in the
wearing this
beginning.
Hakuna Matata shirt because I'm not even worried.
I hit it right in the beginning of the
But
the interview.
Hopefully by the next episode, I'm gonna have I can't trust you
Bro, I ain't
because
doing no
I
more
cannot
notes.
trust you. After I said it too, hit record. I hit record.
I ain't doing no more notes.
I can't trust you. So yeah,
because this has been the dopest show. So what I went through is Hebrews 8:1-6. Usually we do this at the jump of the show.
We do.
But I'll jump in. 3 motivations to obey the Lord Jesus Christ. He's superior because he's seated at the right hand of God, that in a true tent, at the right hand of God in a true tent that the Lord set up, not man. He's exalted by God. So he sacrificed, he offered himself up. He mediates a better covenant since it's intacted on better promises, a new covenant. The old Levitical priesthood and all the shadows are done away with, and now we see in full light of scripture, revealed scripture. And there you go. He's superior. He's seated. He sacrificed. He mediates a better covenant since it's intact on better promises. And how that applied to my week, just again, man, I mean, this is just hitting up on the supremacy of Christ and just what he's done. And just, I mean, a lot of people like to go to church and just want the topical, you know, the practical, give me the 1, 2, 3 step kind of thing. And although he kind of sets this up as a 1, 2, 3, just so it's easy for us to follow through, you know, it's just highlighting the person of Christ.
dope.
You know, and who he is. So for me, it's just, you know, trusting in him, man. Just trusting in Christ again, even though I was thinking today, dude, we were just talking about this. I was thinking about some things that I wrestled with. I've been wrestling with. Like, if you guys have been following the show, I've been wrestling with relationships.
Yeah.
Not relationship with my wife. Not let me
I know.
clarify again.
Make sure
everything at home is dope. Me
People
and
might
wife
be
are
putting in the
good.
comments like,
I
we need
love
to-
wife. It's
we need
not
to
inside
pray
the
for
home. It's
break the chains of Mario's relationship.
Yo, you know what?
issues.
It's what Reed was talking about. I'll be transparent. It's what Reed was talking about. It's the struggle of an artist, a creative, especially in the New England area where I'm at. Everything is colleges, doctors, and IT businesses. You
it's
know,
hard out here
for an
creative.
artist, bro. For a creative, like you try to walk around with a camera and stuff, and people are like, "What are you doing? Still playing with?" They look at like this kind of stuff as
Playing with your
little
toys?
toys. Yeah, like little toys. You go out to like the West Coast, or you go to other areas like
Yo, it's
Atlanta,
normal.
and it's everybody got cameras, everybody got
crazy.
gear, everybody got like it's just normal. It's all networking, building. People are doing skits, people are doing films. It's like so different.
Even and now this is a side thing, but hey, you know what? I'm gonna say it anyway. Even my hats was normal. I wear a fedora out here, and people are like, "What are you wearing?"
Like it's silly.
It's not a fitted.
like it's silly. Yeah.
You are not cool in that fedora.
right.
And over there in Cali, yo, compliments.
That's
People
just
are like,
what it is.
yo, because it's like the creative space out there is like, yo, be whatever. You want to be a rapper, you want to be an actor, you want to be, you want to be a voice actor where you're not even in the frame. It's just your voice. People are like, yo, that's dope.
Yeah.
It's like completely different vibe. It's weird. If you're a creative and you've never been to Cali, make it a point to do that because it's gonna blow your mind. There in Texas.
Texas is another one with the music. You walk off and you literally like South by Southwest. You walk down the strip and literally every single spot on the strip is singing performers.
My next
on
one,
the
I want to go to
street,
Nashville.
everywhere.
That's gonna be my next one. Nashville's another one that's like huge.
Where
on
we're
music.
at, it's not like that.
Not
Like,
at all.
And it's funny because I bet you people are watching us and they're like, dude, if they saw the Spiritually Dead, if they saw everything we're doing, they would assume like, we're around people all the time that do these things.
Nah.
And it's not the case at all. They're
But
rare.
I will say that it is growing.
It is growing. It is.
It is
yeah.
growing because before it was completely non-existent. It was like sprinkled, but it's becoming. And I think a big part of that social media and marketing, how it's exploded. Now you have access to more people, but it's definitely changing.
Yeah, more people are coming. It's a fantasy world to a lot of people, the creative space, because they don't understand how it actually works. They think like it's just, this.
And the other thing too that's huge is the 1 in a million. Like, oh, you want to be a rapper? Do you know that's a 1 in a million chance?
When you can like literally just be a rapper locally if you want and like do like little tours locally, because there are literally rappers in Texas that make a living off of touring
Facts.
within Texas, one
And
state.
There's people out there that are singers that are not known to the public, but they're making 6 figures off their music.
Right, people that you wouldn't even know.
You would never know their name, but they're making 6 figures off their music. And this is anywhere between singers all the way to pianists. There was a story I heard of a guy that plays the piano and his music is played in like spas and elevator music type stuff. And he makes 6 figures just based on doctors' offices, elevators.
It's licensing
and
his
all that.
music, and he gets continuous
Ridiculous.
royalties because they're playing his stuff over and over and over again throughout these businesses. And you need to have a license
Serious.
to play the music. You know what I mean? So these are the things that I'm talking about. Like so that's the struggle, like trying to understand. It's almost you're trying to, it's not living a dream. Cause I wrestled with that. The dream thing, the quote unquote dream thing, the quote unquote make it thing. Like I wrestled with that. So I had to understand that. That's not a common wrestle. You have this thing inside you that won't stop tugging at you that you use to express yourself.
Yeah.
It's literally a part, at least for the real artists. It's literally like embedded in your DNA. Like it's you. Like music, apart from me, is not me. Rapping and art, like artistry, apart from me, is not me. Like music is me, dude. Like.
And just so you, this is so we
Dude,
have
stop talking to them. Talk to me. I'm talking to you right now.
just so that it's complete.
Forget them.
All
I'm talking to you.
But listen, there's a complete clarity.
I'm being
in this
real
for me.
right now.
I know, and I hear you.
This
And
is not fake.
This is why I'm adding this, is that the passion is so great that you just want to be the dopest you can be. And because we're Christians, we want to be the dopest we can be to honor God. And to me, that is the most freeing thing ever, because regardless if my message is clearly explicit about Christ or not, I could be talking about my wife, but because I'm doing the best of my ability, the gift that God has given me, and I'm doing to the best that I can to glorify God, I'm still doing the same thing. I'm still honoring God.
Fact.
So to me, that's freeing.
Yeah.
I can talk about God.
Yeah.
Or I could just talk about my wife. But because my heart belongs to him, even though I'm talking about my wife, he still gets glory.
Yeah.
It's dope.
I know what you mean, but what I'm saying is, like, aside from that part of it, is trying to now shift from that part of it to now making sense out of it financially. Yeah. Because it is an investment. Mm-hmm. It's investment of your time. It's investment of money. It is an investment at the end of the day.
How did we get here from reading your verses?
I don't know.
I haven't even got to my verses.
But wrestling with relationships, wrestling.
Yes. Okay.
Because I'm basically trying to unfold all the struggles of a creative, especially in a place where creatives aren't really, it makes no sense. Like, people in New England swear all creatives are in California. That's it. Like, everybody who makes movie is in California.
It's just more obvious.
There's no actors over here. That doesn't exist over here. Like, we swear like it's just, reality is, corporate world and all that stuff, and that fake stuff that's California. It's
for real.
So it's a struggle with me trying to understand the networking, the politics, the relationships, the ministry versus business, and in the middle of stuff where I don't have nobody around to really help me navigate through this thing. So as I'm trying to figure out the creative process, I'm also trying to figure out the politics. I'm also trying to figure out how the relationships work. I'm like, I'm just trying to figure it out.
I hear that.
I'm just sitting here like, I'm just trying to figure this thing out. All of this stuff.
Under a bridge, throwing Bibles.
And so I get mad. And so then, you're going to hear me. I'm going to start a podcast and you're going to hear me. How about that?
Mario's just straight. You're going to hear the bridge like, hey, can you hear me?
Now you can't shut me up.
Hit you with a Bible then.
Now you can't shut me up. Anyway, so
I guess it's time to read mine.
You want to do your verses,
Might as well. So mine is we took a break from Peter. The other, I think I went over Romans. So now in our church we're back on Peter again. We just took a little segue, I guess. And so I have the points. I'm just gonna read through them, then I'll go over, what it applied or whatever. Thank you so much. Last week I flopped on my verses. You know what? So I came to redeem myself.
Here we go.
All right, and Hakuna Matata.
Here we go. The title of the sermon was Hakuna Matata.
For real. And you better put a picture of us. Right. Shane.
Those are the wise
Mario,
kings. Those are the wise kings. Go ahead.
So the first point is suffering in Christ. We're not alone. And those who walk in Christ all share the suffering that comes with the being a believer. So that was dope. It was reassuring that we all go through stuff, and it's important for all of us to recognize that we're not alone in our suffering. When we're going through something, our brothers are going through something, and we shouldn't be so self-centered. We should always be aware that other people suffer, as well as thinking of others, knowing that they're suffering, and not only thinking about yourself. So we only suffer for a short period of time. So a lot of people, they just dwell too much in their suffering. We also have to remember that this is a temporal. We're visitors here. Eventually we're going to be with God in an eternal space. So
Word. He's practicing right now, y'all, and he's doing a good job. I'm proud of you. Keep going. Hey,
man, I'm doing my thug dizzle.
I can't tell you what he's actually doing, but I see it.
People exchange the passion.
What was that word you used?
What?
It's
temporal?
Go ahead. Keep going. That was dope off the fly. Go ahead, keep going.
Hey. Okay? I came to play. Yeah, give me my claps. I deserve them claps.
Whoa.
Okay, I'm getting in my a little bit too confident bag, but hey, I worked hard on this. So yeah, so you're not getting booed.
Go ahead.
People exchange their passions and desires of now for the more eternal joy that is to come, which is so true if you think about it, because not many, if you look at like social media and how everything works, everybody's just looking for the now, you know what I mean? The best picture, you know, everything is just about now. And there's not really a big emphasis on our eternal, like where we're going. You know, the suffering will sanctify us because of the giver of glory is God. He uses our suffering to strengthen us, establish us, and doing so gives us glory as well. Like, you know, Christ glorifies us when we receive those glorified bodies. You know?
Amen.
Remember that God is the one that calls us to his glory and perfects us. And the last point is, believers never forget God has dominion forever. So we have to remember that in this, you know, insignificant world where we worried about bills and all this stuff that don't matter, God has dominion over all of it. You know, we just need to trust in him more. So we should not put so much stock in this world and in our own efforts, because without God, we're all worthless and empty.
Fire.
Facts. So how this applies to me, I would say, is that we need to just submit to God more. We need to be more, practice more humility, be sober minded, because these are the things that is discussed in Peter 5. We need to hope in God, worship God, have faithfulness to God, and most of all, have affection to one another.
Dope.
You know,
fire. Very it was good. I think
I'm trying to practice my professional bag, you know what I'm saying?
It was good. I think that it was definitely good, well thought out. I think if you can kind of like just
summarize it.
Yeah.
Too much.
No, not summarize. I'm not saying cut it down. Leave the
I rebuke
important.
you. You're trying to silence the word of God, and I don't like it. I don't like it.
You gotta be political. Everybody got to be political nowadays. No, what I'm saying is, like, I would like you to be like, it was better than what I did last week.
Oh, wow.
It was better than what I did last week. And not my verse. I mean, like, the way I conducted the show.
Oh, fantastic.
Gems.
I can't wait till we get our new sounds. Yo, we got new sounds coming for y'all.
Oh, that's what he's excited about. We got new sounds coming for y'all.
Because, you know what I mean? There's so many moments. Like, see that sound? That sounds cool.
We got some new ones. You guys definitely want to subscribe to our podcast, because we got some sounds.
Trust me.
Let me tell you.
Knock your socks off.
It's gonna. After this, we're gonna be the #1 syndicated radio of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's gonna be the #1 syndicated sound bar you have ever heard in your life.
Oh my goodness! Hey, do a trailer for the sound bar, I'm about to hit the key.
Seriously, and then the music comes in, the violins. Yo, it's just for him to press one button.
Y'all.
But yeah, this was a good show, man. What do you think?
Yeah, I love y'all, man. I love those that hit me up, man. And this is a personal thing. I'm not gonna try to do no agendas anymore. I'm just gonna come on the show and just talk, y'all. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm tired. I can't be, whatever I see and I feel convicted of, I'm just gonna bring it on the show, and highlight these artists and highlight these creatives, man, because that's where my desire is. I'm just gonna let my desire rock. I'm just gonna let my passions and the things that I feel convicted over and the things that I'm wrestling throughout the week. That's what we're gonna talk about. There's a Marrio Esco Live with Gil Vargas and every now and then Shane show. And we sprinkle some creatives throughout. But last week I came a little bit aggressively with my agenda, for the show. And I hear back and I'm like, I did put a lot of thought into that. I did like really unfold things, and I think it's cool to like, if you do have an objective, to put out there, and I think we should do that. But at the same time, I really just want to be able to freely just chop it up with y'all at the end of the day.
Is that an apology?
No, that's just me trying to share my desire with the show. Like, for those that are rocking with us, those that are hitting us, I'm not apologizing. Those that are hitting us up and saying that you spend hours like with us, on a weekly
Yo,
basis.
for real, man. That's
like,
crazy.
Randomly, like, just hit me up. The fact that the subscribers is growing, and I seen just a spike, just an increase in the last week alone. And,
That's dope.
You know, people just hitting me up, submitting music. You know, sorry, I can't get everybody locked in. I am excited about some of the guests that we do have locked in the near future. And like I said, I want to expand on that. So I'm waiting on some replies with people that are in the film industry. So I'm excited about that as well. Plus, I think we should not just focus on creatives as well, but thinking about more so the business aspect of things, like just marketers. You know what I'm saying? Like those, they're in the creative, like indirectly involved with the creative space. So like a marketer,
it would be dope to pick their brains. You know what I'm saying? Because we talk about what we know, but to speak to somebody who's a professional in that, you know what I'm saying, and be able to ask them questions. And I think any artist that's listening right now, or any entrepreneur right now, will benefit from listening to someone who's professional at marketing, or a salesperson, or anybody, and that's the thing we want to open
matter
it up.
of fact, if you guys know anybody that you would like to see us connect with,
that'd be dope.
Let them know. Hit up music at marrioesco.com, 2 R's in my name, or hit me up on anywhere, Marrio Esco, 2 R's in my name, everywhere. Like you'll find me, and tell them to hit me up, and maybe we can do stuff like that. I can't make any promises. Because I have a bunch of artists sending me music, and that's cool, and I'll critique it and do all that. That's cool, but I can't make any promises. But man, I'm excited about everything that's happening. Bear with me. Today I was off. It's been a real rough week, but I mean, this was dope. And you know what's crazy about this is that I had a super stressful day today specifically. So because I wanted to get things situated, but I didn't because of the way things unfolded this week. I think today was a dope show.
Yeah, man, I loved it.
Like
Douglas Rogers killed it.
I just want to be able to just do this all the time, like just freely, just no like locked in these crazy. Like we're just gonna rock it, man. We're just gonna chop it up.
Yeah,
spontaneous conversation. I mean, we'll have stuff lined up. You know what I mean? But I'd rather just be transparent and real and wrestle through stuff.
I love it.
You know what I mean? This ain't no lecture, so we just rock it.
Is there a reason why you dropping
your
voice?
We just creators out here with objective.
Why you whispering?
It's time to go. Yeah, I love y'all. Grace and peace. Till next week.
Peace.
Take care.
It was a blast.
Yeah, love y'all. Take it.
If you're listening on the podcast, be sure to check out my Facebook music page, Marrio Esco 1. Again, 2 R's in my name, the number 1 at the end, Marrio Esco 1. Be sure to like and follow that page because I like to give updates on who I'll be interviewing and leave a description on what we'll be talking about. And I also like the real-time one-on-one back and forth interaction. If you don't have the time to join us on Facebook Live, be sure to check out my podcast. It's called Marrio Esco Live, 2 R's in my name. Again, you'll see the white silhouette of myself with the cross underneath. Be sure to subscribe to that and follow the link as well to whatever podcast you're using or however you're receiving the podcast, and leave us a review. We love to hear feedback. You can also hit me up at music@marrioesco.com and just hit me up with some feedback and ways that we can improve the show or the things that you like and enjoy. Any type of feedback will be highly appreciated. Grace and peace.